Hello, I'm Dave Goldberg, a faculty member at the University of Illinois and co-director of the Illinois Foundry for Innovation in Engineering Education. Today I want to talk to you about the balanced transformation of engineering education through what we call 3Space. Now, the Illinois Foundry for Innovation in Engineering Education began in 2007, and they're precursors to the activity that go back all the way to 1993. Primary idea of iFoundry is to promote organizational changes that will help make it easier to promote effective and principled change in engineering education. But one of the key problems that we have is that we currently have what amounts to a Cold War curriculum, and yet we face an internet world. So how can we promote principled change, and what would be an effective decomposition of change? And the way we're going to look at that is first take a systems view of engineering education and some of its elements, look at artifacts and the design and production of artifacts for human beings as a starting point for engineering education, and think of a more balanced design of the content of engineering education. And then we'll talk about 3Space Studios as a mechanism to getting some of these changes in existing courses and new courses as time moves on. So engineering education is really a complex system, and there are many elements to it, and one slice through it looks at the organization that must be changed, the curriculum or the formal structure of the coursework, as well as the content reflected in textbooks and traditional materials that are used to teach courses, as well as the pedagogy. Now, it's fairly common in engineering education circles to concentrate on the pedagogical and formal curriculum elements, and oftentimes the content and organizational elements are ignored. Our starting point is to think not of analysis and engineering mathematics, engineering science and engineering mathematics as the starting point for engineering, but to start from the artifact and work our way out. The Cold War curriculum, there was a tendency in the Grinter report and elsewhere to shift towards mathematics and engineering science as central. And we need to go back and think about making things for people as the central activity of engineering, and analysis and engineering thinking more generally as tools to that end. And so if we do this, what we're probably going to end up with is a more philosophically grounded view of engineering content. Now, one way to decompose is to think about this in 3Space, and think about thing space, the notion of engineering artifacts, think space, how engineers think, and folk space, to recognize that engineering is both by and for people. So when we think about thing space and start to take artifacts seriously, we get a fairly long list of things that we should concentrate on that are not really central to the curriculum right now. We need to have our students be able to talk about things more competently. We need them to visualize them more competently. We need them to recognize engineering artifacts in videos, audios, and picture form. We need them to work from the customer out, and so on. We need them to think more like engineers. We need them to be able to ask and answer questions more competently. We need them to be able to label the elements of technology that they see, and even the phenomena that they identify as part of their design practice more competently. We need them to be able to model more broadly, not just quantitatively, but qualitatively as well. They need to be able to decompose, and so forth and so on. We need more critical and creative thinking as engineers, more broadly than just math and science. We need engineers who can think about engineering as a human activity done in concert with other people for other people. And so there are a variety of of what are usually called soft skills, the ability to converse, the ability to organize, influence, be empathetic with others, and so forth, that are important here. And these need to be done at a variety of levels, from the personal to the interpersonal to the organizational and even the societal or cultural levels. To these ends, we're working here at the University of Illinois to generate a series of videos and audios and PowerPoint presentations that can be used as part of existing courses and as part of new pilot courses as we work to realign the curriculum with the realities of the 21st century. If you follow iFoundry's activities over the course of the fall 2008 semester, you'll see numerous videos generated along the lines of the 3Space decomposition. And our hope is that we can take a principled and more balanced approach to curriculum reform through the 3Space decomposition.